Good morning, Superbasshole Fishing Tournament family, coming back to you again, and it is going to be a breakdown of what's going into the first place prize boxes. Since the tournament ended last year, I've been actively collecting up baits and lures for the prize boxes for this year. And I decided, well, hey, let's put together what the first place prize box is going to look like for the individuals that win, the first place prize box in each of the 6 regions. And I'm in the process of breaking everything down into, the respective 36 total prize boxes. And this is what I've got so far, and it's going to be pretty good by my estimation. And just so that you know out there, we are now down to 37 days when this thing kicks off. It's like Christmas for me. I can hardly wait for it to get here, but every day that ticks by, we're one day closer. So if you're able to, get out there, get your practice in, because once this thing kicks off, I imagine it's going to be hot and heavy out there as far as the competition, for this tournament, but still fun at the same time. So let's get started and, just give you an idea of what is going into the first place prize box. First off, we have a package of vector hooks. And we've also got eagle claw hooks. We've got lifted jig, from Lifted Jigs, we have the Ned rig. Love using these things. And just before Trapper Tackle went out of business, I was able to get some hooks from them, and I got them, I think, enough for every prize box. I can't remember for certain, but I'll have to go back through and get a count on it, but some Trapper Tackle hooks. We also have, guaranteed to go into every single prize box out there, from Nicholas Roberts of Angling Addicts of the Pacific Northwest, this particular lure. And it's designed for steelhead, but I have used it quite a bit, various colors, whatnot, and have hooked up on bass. And I've got some more that are coming from him called the Nightmare Edition, and they will also be going into the prize boxes. Plus, what we have here is a case, and it's got the dragonfly, blue dragonfly in it, and a mosquito fly. I don't know if you can see it there. Let's see if we turn it up. Well, that is the taco fly. Now I've got a couple more representations of flies that are coming from Jennifer Lambright that will be going into that little plastic case, and I'm really looking forward to that. Plus the Nightmare lure coming from Nicholas Roberts, so that will be going in there. Also, we have bullet weights. And so let's get into some of the other things that will be going into it, and it's quite extensive. So, this would be a good point to fill up your coffee cup, just sit back, relax, and take a look at what we've got going into this box. It's going to be outstanding. If you can see this behind me, that is the pole from Chris Curley, and I've got 5 others coming from Chris here very shortly that will be also part of the first place prize package. Let's see. We also have spider wire, 10 pound. I love fishing with this stuff. One thing that I absolutely detest with filament line is line memory. No matter what I do, it just does not seem to lose that memory when it comes off the spool, and it drives me nuts. And I've heard, the pros and cons about monofilament and with braid and, the other types of line out there. And, it's going into the prize box. If you don't like it, give it to a friend. But we all have our little bits and pieces that we all like for doing fishing out there, and this is just what I've settled on. Okay, next we have this spinnerbait from Yagi's Custom Lures, and we have also this beautiful little bluegill glide bait from Bo Merkel. From Davey Starkweather of Davey's Custom Lures, we have this crankbait. It's got the fringe tail on it and whatnot. I just love the pattern that he did on this thing, and said, I've got to have some, and so that they can go into the prize boxes. And let's see, what else do we have here? We have the Bo Merkel Ugly Bug. Now, I've got enough of these ugly bugs, and this is just one of the color representations that I've gotten from Bo. This is one of his more productive, this perch-colored pattern right here. But there's many different colors that will be going into the prize box, and you guys are very, very lucky. I love using this bait. You know, what Bo says, ugly baits have to work harder. Next, we have this beautiful, beautiful jerkbait from Lou Roberto, from Lou's Lures, and Lou's page is Get Hooked. Outstanding admin, outstanding fisherman, heck of a great guy. I am proud to call him friend. Okay, and what else do we have here? From Nicholas Chen, we have this vinyl wrapped bait right here, and it is a wake bait, and it you know, I've used these before, and I love hooking up with this. This is going into the prize box also. Let's see. This is from Jen Cravassi of Jekyll Baits. She does beautiful work. You know, she is the poet of paint and the baroness of blanks. And this will be going into the first place prize box. There's another representation of Jen's work that will be going into the second place prize box. And I think I've got Jen's work represented out to the third place prize boxes. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. You may have seen this in some of my earlier videos. And here is that little tiny frog wake bait done up by Jeff Meeks of Drunken Lures. Now this little toad right here is just, I've got a pond chock full of frogs, chock full of bass, and this thing is going to destroy. And I'm really interested to seeing what this is going to do around the country, what it's going to do for you. So when you get it, have fun with it, enjoy it. One of the commercially purchased baits that I like using, and I thought that you might like too, is the Arky Salty Crawl and Craw. Every single prize box will be getting one of these. Oh, and did I say that every prize box will be getting a Jeff Meeks wake bait here from Drunken Lures? That will also be going into every single prize box. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, this choice piece of work right here from Bo Merkel, this pompadour. And I've got quite a few of these. I think clear out to third or fourth place. I can't remember exactly, but just a beautiful piece of work from Bo Merkel of Samsung's Lures. Next, we have the Dirty Sanchez Perch from David Wyatt of Wyatt's Gunslinging Lures. And David has recently started painting, and I've got more stuff coming from David that will be going into the prize box. Same thing with Davey Starkweather. I've got more stuff coming from him. So, you know, this is just kind of a preliminary dry run of what is going into the first place prize box. So let's continue. Also, from Lou Roberto of Get Hooked Fishing and Lou's Lures, we have the Spook. I love fishing with this thing. I went 9 for 9 one day. 9 cast, 9 hookups with this. And I don't know if you've had that kind of experience before, but, you know, just to drag it back across a deep hole in this pond that I was fishing in. And I know the bass were stacked up in it, and they just kept coming up and hammering it. And it was 9 different fish. Love this thing. I've got several of these for myself. Highly recommend it. Also, from Bo Merkel, we have Bo Merkel of Samsung's Lures. We have the Spooky Crank, and I saw this thing in October last year when Bo was doing his painting sessions, and it was really interesting, and I liked it so much that I purchased quite a few of them, and then went from there with it. So here we go. Next, we have this beautiful piece of work from Jeff Meeks of Drunken Lures, and this Whopper Plopper done up in the trout pattern. Just beautiful. Clear coating on this thing is just outstanding. Flawless. Then we have from Clyde's Cranks, we have this perch pattern right here. Clyde, I've got some of his works that are going into the prize boxes, and I really like this holographic semi-translucent bait here, and I thought I've got to have it so that you guys can have it. And Bo Merkel again, the second generation Ugly Bug. And Bo Merkel, Samsung's Lures, does just outstanding work. And if you haven't checked out any of his spray sessions that he does, take a look at it and see what he's doing. It's just, you actually get to see baits being made, and he does giveaways during the spray session, and it's just kind of a family affair, and it's just, a real comfortable watch. And he asks for your input. What should I paint today? What pattern should I put on this? And then, but I always take the time to pop in and take a look at what's going on and say hello, and then come back later on and say, well, I need this. I liked what I saw. All right. Coming from Davey Starkweather of Davey's Custom Lures, we have this black jig. Beautiful piece of work by Davey. And we've got a white one from Davey's Custom Lures also. And a third one from Davey, this one here. All three colors I've had great success with when fishing, and I highly recommend them. Davey also does crankbaits, jerk baits. Check out what he's doing. Reasonably priced, does excellent work. His customer service is just outstanding, as is with all of the proprietors that I've been purchasing items for the prize box for. Check them out. They're just really great people, fun to work with, and I think you will be quite happy with what you receive. Okay, from Bo Merkel, and I'm going to pull this one out of the bag. I saw Bo doing this one, and I was really intrigued. I had never seen it before. I'd never heard of it, and like I've said before, I'm a sucker to try anything new. Now, if it would just cooperate and I can get it out of the bag. It's a double crank. There we go. Well, all right, get brutal with it. There goes the bag. All right, check out the double crank. Single bill, 3 hooks, and then you have the 2 baits in tandem. Now, I was talking with Bo, and he says during the pre-spawn and spawn, you drag this over across the top of the beds, and the bass will come up and hit this thing, because it looks like a small school of fish, predatory fish that come in, to either eat the eggs or the fry. So very super cool. And we have here another crankbait, a deep bill crankbait. It's about a 1.5 to 1 3/4 inch crankbait from Davey's Custom Lures. Got a lot of representations from a lot of talented artists out there. And also from Davey, we have this translucent crankbait, just a beautiful piece of work. The shimmer effect on this thing is just outstanding. Great work, Davey. And then one of my personal favorites and one of my go-to baits from Davey is this 4-inch jerk bait. Last year they went out in the prize boxes, and I had to have them again. So those are the lures, but now let's get started on the plastics. All right, from Yaakov Levi of Hebrew Texas Fishing Lures, we have the dragon-tailed bass hole colored 6-inch, Texas Dragon Wigglers. I've used these and I like them. And then we also have the 6-inch dragon-tailed wigglers in the All Hallows Eve color in orange and black. From a good friend Terrence Downing of Too Fresh Fishing, we have these baits right here. It is the Bloodline Swimmers Baby Bass color, quantity of 6. Excellent baits. I've used these, and there are places that I go that these things just get destroyed. And we have from Yaakov Levi of Hebrew Texas Fishing Lures, we have this bait here, and it is the Candied Bass Melon, and it is the 7-inch Texas Salamander. Now, last year I got a hold of some of these, and I was dragging them across the spawning beds, and those things got ripped up. They would not leave them alone. What it is about bass sitting on a bed with young, they get really defensive, and anything that came through it, they were just tearing it up. So much fun. And then we have this, the Grim Leaper. I've used these in a local pond here, and it's one of those baits that just mimic a frog just so well. The bass were just tearing it up. Loved it, and it was just a real enjoyable afternoon, and it was due primarily to this particular bait. Then, also from Yaakov Levi, we have the 6-inch fatty Texas 6-inch Texas Fatty Wiggler in the Kryptonite color. And this is one of Yaakov's best-selling baits right here, and in this particular color. And it is a super thick worm. It's one of the thicker worms that I have ever seen, and it just, this thing going through the water, the presentation of it, bass just can't leave it alone. Also, from Too Fresh Fishing, my good friend Terrence Downing out of Port St. Lucie, Florida. We have here, what did he call it? Oh, that's right, the D-Finesse. And this is it. The color is called the Carolina Crawler. And he's been having a lot of success down in Florida with that particular color. And I think he does this on purpose to me. He'll go in, create a new color, a bait, whatever. He'll go out and fish it, do the R&D research on it, send it to me, say, hey, Kevin, check this out, because he knows that I can't say no, and I'll put in an order with him, a large order, and it's a large order every time. You know, it's kind of like, okay, let's do another C note. Give me $100 worth of baits. And so I think he's got me coming and going on that one. But that's not his problem, that's mine, and I do it for you all. And we have, again, from Hebrew Texas Fishing Lures, we have this 6-inch Texas Fatty Wiggler, and it's called Loaded Guacamole. And it literally looks like guacamole. Not sure I want to taste it and find out if it's got the taste of it, but that's all right. All right, we also have here from Too Fresh Fishing, we have the Bronze Hell Hitter with Black Flake. Now, I try to match the hatch various times a year. I love using the Dragonfly Blue Hell Hitter, especially when you have those little blue and black dragonflies that are flying around and you can have the bass jumping for them. You put that thing out in the water and it's just like dropping candy in there for bass. They're just all over it. And the bronze has been a very successful bait for me too. All right. We also have the 4-inch Texas Fatty Wiggler done up in Kentucky Bass, and it's done in the Kentucky Bass color on the body right down here. Then it's got that green tail tip right there. I love fishing these on Ned rigs, and this comes from my good friend Yaakov Levi down in Texas. Check out what he's doing. He does custom orders for plastics. It's durable stuff, reasonably priced, and his customer service is outstanding, as it is with, all the proprietors that I've been dealing with. Every single one of them I would recommend, highly recommend. Then we've also got the 420 worm, and it's got some plant material in it, and Terrence Downing has done the R&D on this, and the durability on this, you would think that by putting plant material in there that it would begin to decompose. No, it doesn't, and it has not affected the durability of the baits at all. And these particular baits here are also luminescent. So I know many of you out there enjoy fishing at night. Excuse me. That may help you facilitate the hookup. Now, to go along with the baits that I got from Davey Starkweather for the jigs, I got a bunch of these in various different colors that came in, and they're the 3.25 Israeli Chunky, and it's just a bait trailer for your jigs. It adds, another dimension of movement to your jig and when you're fishing. And I said, I've got to have something that's going to complement that. And then I have commercial baits also that I've always enjoyed fishing with, and that is the 5-inch stick in green pumpkin from Creme. Now, I've got some more baits that are coming in from Bo Merkel. The first place prize box will be getting the limited edition, one time only dragon bait that he showcased and painted on one of his spray sessions when he went live. And there are only 6 of these in existence, and they will be going into the first place prize box along with the bait trailers, because there is a bait screw on this thing from Yakov Levy. It was a compilation piece between the two of them, and just outstanding work. It should be here any day now. I think it shipped Thursday or Friday of last week, so when it comes in, I will showcase those things also. And then we have the Too Fresh decal from Terrence Downing of Too Fresh Fishing. So, my friends, this is what a first place prize box looks like. And there's going to be a few other things that are going to go into it to round it out. And like I said in prior videos, it's going to be on a sliding scale down. Second place is going to be extremely nice. Third place this year will be the equivalent of the first place prize boxes last year. And, there are all the way down to 6th place, I believe at this point in time. At a minimum, I believe that there is a guarantee of 4 custom lures from various proprietors, if I remember right. So, you do the math on how I'm working this out. And I've got more plastics that are coming in, and everybody is going to get an outstanding prize package. Like I said, out here we've got the pole. This is first place. Maybe next year I can push it out further with even more poles. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that's about all I've got for now. Oh, also forgot. Every prize box will be getting a tournament t-shirt. Every single one. 36 prize boxes will be getting a tournament t-shirt, and first place also will be getting a coupon code courtesy of Jen Cravasi of Jekyll Baits for a hoodie, in white or black, your choice, and it'll say Jekyll Baits on it, and this is what she has put up. It's just the generosity of Jen, and she did something very similar last year. So the prize box for first place, it's outstanding. Second is really, really good too. I mean, I wouldn't sneeze at any single one of them. So, Superbasshole Fishing Tournament family, it has been fun. I enjoyed bringing this to you so that you would all have an idea what the first place prize boxes look like. And as the rest of the baits finally get here, and the poles, I will bring them to you, put it out so that you can see exactly what's going on and where we're going with this. Remember, we're down to 37 days now, just 37 days, and this thing kicks off. So Until then, Northwest Bass Halls, you all stay safe out there. Angling addicts of the Pacific Northwest, I know you're down there and slamming the Clackamas and the Sandy River. Crossing Lines Fishing, I'm seeing your post out there. Keep up the good work. Operation Tackle Box with Jacob Watkins. Keep up the good work with our veterans out there. I'm in awe of what you're doing. Also, to Too Fresh Fishing and the Too Fresh Fishing crew, thank you for all of your hard work behind the scenes and helping me pull this all together and facilitate this. Gosh, I know I'm forgetting somebody. What is the other sponsor? Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank, people. Anyway, if I've forgotten somebody, it's not intentional. It is not intentional. Just a lot on my mind, and I'm running around doing so many things. I think I'm losing my mind. I must have lost my mind in order to put a first place prize package together like this, but that's all right. That's my problem, not yours. You enjoy it. So until we speak again, Superbasshole Fishing Tournament family, you all have a fantastic day. Stay safe out there. And as always, it doesn't matter what page that we happen to frequent, what our home sponsor is. We're all northwest of somewhere. You take care now, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.